Another episode of the NJ Show. I hope everybody's doing well. It's going to be a very super quick episode today, so just bear with me. Just a few things that I wanted to cover. I know it's a Friday. I know everybody's tired. Engagement is at an all-time low. Everybody wants to do their thing, and I want to do my thing too. So let's get straight into it. We'll talk about a few things, and then I'm going to shoot. All right. So look, I'll share my screen real quick. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Forex Factory, what have we got here? Well, we just had NFP that just went through. As you can see here, the numbers are on the right hand side, so make what you will with that. Market hasn't responded in a crazy way, in my opinion. We have got a bit of a bounce across the board, but I'm not sure if that's really something worth talking about. We'll look at CoinGecko in just a moment. Hope everybody's doing good. I can see the chats coming in. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Smash a like on the video, please. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Or if you're watching this recorded and you're appreciating the content, subscribe to the channel, smash a like. So yeah, in regards to the Forex Factory, I'm not expecting anything else until next Wednesday, where we have got CPI. We will be going live for CPI, so don't worry about that. We've got Trader SC on tomorrow as well to go into a much deeper dive into Bitcoin, Ethereum, the dollar, and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see what the market does today. We're getting a decent reaction off this NFP stuff. Looking at the market very quickly, again, due to NFP, let me just refresh this very quickly. Over the last hour, we're actually getting a decent bounce across the board. So everything looks like it's edging into the green. Solana up 3.1%. That's it. That's it. Solana's up 3.1%. That's the major news for the day. There we go. There we go. So NFP has apparently only impacted Solana. Yeah, right. Looking over on TradingView, when it comes to Bitcoin, there isn't really much to discuss when it comes to Bitcoin. I'm still of the opinion that we're going to take out the liquidity here. What we do in this gray zone, what we do in this gray area, that's going to be, it remains to be seen. There's a lot of thin sort of price action here that could be taken out. I'm not going to fade the resistance personally, not just yet. But looking at Bitcoin from a deeper level, if we wanted to sort of get on board and look for a trade now, what would we be looking for? Well, this is what I'd be looking at. So look at the price action here. Look at the price action here. And look at the price action here. Okay, very, very similar in my opinion. What I would do is I'd mark a range out right here. I'd say, all right, well, look, we've got this high, which initially capped the market. I'm going to drag that out there. And then we had this low, which initially capped the market. So bear with me, bear with me. I can do better. I can do better than that. Let's drag this out like this. And let's drag this out a little bit there. And let's drag this a little bit higher. There we go. Just tighten the range. There we go. I think that looks prettier on the daily time frame. Now, if I go into the H4, Bitcoin hasn't really been doing anything, right? We're in this range. Now, we've got clear price targets above and below. We know that we're aiming to come into this gray box here because that's where the liquidity is, resting above that 32K level. And at the same time, we know that if price is going to pull back, we have targets to work with. We've got this high right here. Well, sort of. We've got this area right here. So what I'm thinking is, look, you're going to have to place your bets, all right? If you're going to short Bitcoin, you're going to want to keep it small. You don't want to put your targets, you don't want to put your short above 32.4K, for example, because you're not going to get good R to R on that. This is a choppy environment. So if you're going to want to trade this, you're going to want to trade and accept that you probably might get stopped out. Now, what I'm thinking is if we break below, then the first target is clear right here. I wouldn't aim for much more because we're going into the weekend now. If we was to push above, if you was going long here, for example, right, and your stop loss was maybe somewhere in this region, then my target one would be this high here. I'm not personally going long. And my target two would be just this gray box right here. So my target one would be 30.8K, which is $700 away from where we are now. And my second target would be 31.7K. So there you go. If I'm shorting it, if I was to short it, if I do think that this is going to come back down for a pullback, my targets would be 28.2K. You've got the quarterly open at 28.5K. So really and truly around 28.5K, that's where I'd start thinking to myself, I might need to either trim the position down significantly or exit. This price action right now, it's difficult to work with. Why? Because we're at the extreme end of the range. Look, if I zoom out, we all agree that this is the range. We all agree that this is the range. It was really difficult buying Bitcoin in these areas right here. It was not easy buying Bitcoin in these areas right here, but quite a few people did. Now, similarly, at the range high, it's going to be very, very stupid or vague to short Bitcoin, even though we're at clear resistance. It will be very stupid to do so. So, right now, in my opinion, everybody's getting chopped out. If you see this price action right here, you'll see that it didn't make it easy for anybody to get on board. It wasn't your classic retest dump. It was chop everyone out as much as possible, get people bullish, get people bearish, get people bullish again. And then it was just one big sell off where everybody missed it. And then by the time we got to those lows at 16K, 15K, people were exhausted. They didn't want to play anymore. So I'm guessing the same thing's happening right now. Okay. That's my guess anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if we had one more run up into the 32K. And then at the same time, it's a psychological barrier too. Everybody's saying to themselves, well, everybody's waiting for 32K. So this is probably going to go to 40K or 50K or whatever. It's really difficult to ascertain what the market's going to do now. I would say that traditional markets, the economy, it's still not looking good, and the market will catch up. That's what the people on Twitter aren't telling you. This market will catch up. So be very, very, very careful. Okay. Now, ETH will be the same thing. I don't think there's any narrative right now that's pushing Ethereum higher for any real reason. So I would time it with Bitcoin. We don't need to cover ETH too much. Looking at the dollar real quick, though, which we haven't looked at in a while. If we go to the daily time frame here very quickly, the dollar is still at that decision point. It's still at that horrible decision point where you can't figure out if it wants to go up or if it wants to go down. From the daily time frame, to me, this just doesn't look very tradable. It's squeezing a lot. It's really, really, really squeezing a lot. And it's right at macro mid-range, of a very, very big channel, a 20-year channel. So with a dollar, I'm still leaning towards higher prices. I know that people say it's bearish. I know that people say that there's a lot more reasons for price to go lower, but I'm still aiming for higher prices. I think one candle can clear all of this. And that's what people aren't paying attention to. It's really easy when you're shorting a key level. It really is. I get it. But as I'm saying, one candle can clear all of this. And that's why this market is becoming so difficult to trade. Because everybody knows, traders who are trading it and keeping it small, they know that one silly candle takes everybody out. And it doesn't just blast past your stop loss. It goes to areas, it just goes to the next gray zone. So, if you guys don't know, in my Telegram, I posted this a couple of days ago, if not yesterday. I was having a good conversation with Big Bro, and he said, look, anybody that's over trading this market right now is going to get wrecked. The market is trying to entice you, that it's playing liquidity games, and it's making you think, well, why am I not in a trade? It's a week has gone and I'm not in a trade. But in reality, you need to save that money, because if the bull run really is coming and you really believe in the bull run, you will understand that every penny counts. You can't look at $100 and think to yourself, oh, this is just $100. You need to look at $100 and treat it as though it's 100 grand. I know that sounds a bit weird right now, but you'll understand in a year. Okay, in a year's time, it will make sense. You'll be like, yeah, shouldn't have bought that extra burger. I should have kept that money for my altcoins. So with a dollar, honestly, I'm seeing something more like this area here. You see all of this choppiness that we had? I'm seeing something very, very, very similar to what we're having right now. I can't tell you what the dollar plans to do, just because we have no clue at the moment whether or not they're going to be doing a rate pause, whether or not they're going to be doing a rate cut, which I very, very, very highly doubt. In my opinion, they're going to keep hiking the markets. They're going to keep doing the rate hikes because the market isn't breaking. The way that when COVID happened and they released all those announcements and the market dropped, like it was one big fatal drop. I'm not saying that exact thing is going to happen, but that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a reset. You don't want to buy blindly in the mid-range. You want to buy in the range low. You want to sell at the range high. You want to buy the extremities of the range and you want to sell the extremities of the range. That's how you become profitable at trading, by finding something that suits you, something that works, and then just trading that over and over again. You start with a small account, then you get bigger and bigger and bigger, and all you're doing is the same thing. Everybody thinks you're a genius, but you've just found a pattern that really works for you. and that pattern gets applied different times, different parts of the weeks and months, etc., etc. Then you pick up and you learn as you go. But when you got a mid-range like this, everybody's just guessing. Everybody's like, yeah, I'm seeing a higher low, I'm seeing a downtrend, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that, but they don't understand what's going on. And then when it just goes the other way, they pretend that they were on your side always, but you're the one who lost the money. So just think about that. So nothing else to update from a charting perspective. What the plan is here is to go over this Binance stuff. This is why I came on live, to be honest, today. Everybody's sort of busy today. There's not really anybody online. So I came live today because I wanted to discuss this Binance thing. Binance executives exit as the regulatory heat on the largest crypto exchange intensifies. Now, for me personally, this FUD isn't really a big deal. It's not really anything to really get excited over or get worried about. Altcoins are dumping because that's the stage of the market that we're in. Bitcoin is in a downtrend because that's the stage of the market that we're in. We're in a bear market. We're not in a bull market. When we're in a bull market, trust me, everybody will know. There'll be 10 times the people here at a minimum. There'll be 10 times the likes, 10 times the subscribers. That everybody will be making money. But don't you find it weird that all of us aren't making money right now? You get the occasional trade here and there, but you're fighting against everybody else. The stop losses on the longs get stopped. Check this out. Check this out. Look at this. Look at this, yeah? Just very, very quickly. Looks like Bitcoin's following the long. It looks like it wants to push higher. But look at how people get stopped out at the top here, right here, right here. You never get clean price action. You're not getting clean price action right now. It's a very, very horrible, horrible range to play. Really, really ugly. And it's so easy to lose money. Because price starts breaking down here and you think to yourself, well, it's tapped it 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th time it's going to break down. Let me short this. And then it pushes up. You short it in these areas here. But even if you short it up top here, it's not going to break down and just give you that easy run to the downside. It's going to try and stop you out before it comes down. Look at this, for example, yeah? We know that this is the range high here. Price deviates the range high. From this area right here, you think to yourself, sorry, let me mark that out for everybody. From this area right here, you think to yourself, yeah, price is going to dump. Oh, yeah, it's minted. Oh, I'm making so much money right now. And then price rips up, stops you out, and then dumps to the target. That's the kind of market that we're in. That's not bull market, my friend. Bull market is when you start ramping up the energy. Bull market is when it just goes up, So with this whole Binance situation, I'm not really going to take emphasis or add a lot to people leaving the company and getting new jobs. I used to be a systems engineer. Now I do this. So it doesn't, why is that bullish or bearish? What does that have to do with anything? If the market was going up all in all together, then I don't think this news would even matter. I think it would be bullish. Everyone would be like, oh my God, who's CZ going to hire next? Probably someone else is going to come in that's going to do even better for the company and do even more for the company, So there's that to consider as well. And CZ actually even responded to this. So what the media is saying is, Binance is under a lot of scrutiny. They're saying that Binance is they're trying to convince you that Binance is going down under. They're trying to convince you that crypto in general is going lower and lower and lower. Kind of similar to what we saw in early 2020 when the volatility died off in crypto. It was a horrible downtrend. Everybody thought the bull market was coming back, but it didn't. And once it flatlined and died off, that's when the bull market hit all of us. All right. So similarly, the media is doing this to push Bitcoin lower, and they're doing this to push Binance lower and to make the reputation of anybody in crypto look negative. And they're trying to scare you from buying any crypto because you're used to losing money now. In a bull market, you're used to making money every day, 20K here, 30K there. You think to yourself, oh, is that it? But in this type of market, you're so used to losing money, and that's the psychology behind it. They want to get you to a stage where the fear overtakes the bravery. Once the fear has fully taken over and no one wants to buy anymore, you can bet that's when the bull market's going to come back. And the market will prove itself to you. Market will prove itself to you and convince you to buy in. You'll buy in and you think, oh, have I bought the top again? And the market will just keep going up. That's what a bull market is. That's what new money looks like, when fresh money just coming into the system every other day. It's non-stop. So I'm not really stressed or worried about this Binance situation. I've not lost any faith in CZ. And he's responded to it too. So let's have a quick look at his response. He says, look, more FUD about some departures. Yes, there is turnover at every company, as my manager, CZ, my manager, not Man United level, but Binance level. But the reasons dreamed up by the news are completely wrong. As an organization that has grown from 30 people to 8,000 people in 6 years, from zero to the world's largest crypto exchange in less than 5 months, from founding and holding onto that position ever since, we've been able to protect our users at all times. We've been extremely lucky to have some of the best talent on the planet to offer. As the markets and global environment for crypto changes, and this is the important thing, CZ can't tell you market's going up, market's going down. He can't do that. He can't say, yo, we're in a bull market, you're in a bear market. He'll get in trouble for that. But he's very clever with how he words his words. As markets and the global environment for crypto changes, now you've got one or two wastemans who I will call out next year. I will call out in 6 months. I'm going to do an ugly stream where I just have fun with everybody, and I'm calling out all these knobs that shat on me for now, for saying, look, the global economy is not looking good. I don't think we're in a bull market. I think we're going lower. People have taken the mick just because I've had an opinion, but I'm waiting. I'm being patient, and CZ knows it too. As the markets, not just crypto, my friends, not just crypto, because we're in a world full of markets, and the global environment for crypto changes as our organization evolves and the personal situation changes. There is turnover at every company. Okay, money is not coming in right now. You can't expect employment to be going all over the place. You can't expect for people to be buying new cars and new watches and this and that. We're not at the time for that yet. We're 3 to 6 months away from a recession. XO is saying 6 to 9 months. I think it might even come a little bit earlier, but better to listen to XO. He knows better, No XO, no SE, it means no NJ. Them two are the goats. But and from a macroeconomical perspective, XO for sure. So look, I'm not going to take too much time on this. I wanted to cover this in specific. One more thing I wanted to cover actually was the multi-chain hack that happened a couple of weeks ago. All right. Now, again, more FUD. More FUD. Price is going to be going down. Everybody's going to be upset. Everybody's going to be concerned. And because your altcoins are going down, the news that's going to stand out to you is the negative news. It's the bearish news. What about a week ago when we were talking about BlackRock? One of the knobs that I was referring to a couple of minutes ago were tweeting under my tweet saying, how can you think that this is not a bull market? What about BlackRock ETF? And what about this? And what about that? But how can the song change so drastically in a week? I don't understand. I really don't understand. Anyway, I trust all of you guys. You guys are all professionals, and girls, of course. And I know that you guys are taking it seriously. So I know that you guys are going to ignore the noise and just focus on what's directly in front of you. So this is bad news, okay? This is really bad news. This is not the kind of stuff we want to be releasing onto the market. This is negative sell pressure. At a time when we don't want sell pressure. All right, I still think that we haven't had capitulation yet, and that's a very dangerous thing for me to say, but I'm saying it. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm sticking to my conviction. If I'm right, I'm right, and if I'm not right, I'll join everybody when the time is right. Okay, so other than that, I think Binance is fine. I think Binance will do great. I think they're going to be the biggest exchange in the next cycle. Whether or not the CEO remains the same, that remains to be seen. I don't think Binance is any way or sort of similar to FTT or FTX or anything like that. So I wouldn't really worry about that. We've got a couple of comments in here. I'll take one or two comments and then I'm going to shoot. Crypto Bedouin says BlackRock was a planned spoof. I don't think it was a planned spoof. I don't think it was a spoof. I think what it was is they're shilling really bullish news, and they're shilling it at the range high. Like this is why I prefer YouTube over Twitter, because I can actually comfortably talk about this. You see, the BlackRock news should have come at 15K. Do you think that there's so me and you and everybody else, we're on this show and we're talking about crypto. And we are special because we're talking about crypto at a stage where nobody's talking about crypto. So it does make us special. But at the same time, we also trade. Now, BlackRock also has these people. I'm sure that one crypto analyst inside of BlackRock's network is more prestigious, smarter, and more analytical than all of us combined because it's a $9 trillion company. It's not their company, their asset holdings are bigger than the market cap of gold. It's so do you think that they would not, why would they release this news at the range highs and why not at the range lows? Do you think that they're not monitoring Bitcoin too? Do you think that they're not monitoring, I find it very, very odd. I find it very peculiar. And I've seen it many times before where the market just shits itself. And then only in hindsight does it look, realistic. Ray says, please call out the knobs. Too many people leading each other astray. Yes, look, it's a good comment that you've made here, Ray. It's a good comment. But the reason I'd call people out isn't because they're leading people astray. It's because they got offended by an opinion. Like, you can't be a man and get offended by another man's opinion. It doesn't work like that. You're either a PUSSY or you're not. That's it. So we're leading people astray. At the end of the day, even this stream, it's an informational stream. You come on this stream, you get my thoughts, you get my opinions. I'm looking at the same thing you guys are looking at, and you take and do what you will with that. But you can't buy something just because I talked about it and then blame me if it goes wrong. And that goes for other influencers too. And there are many influencers that I don't actually like. So for me to be defending them tells you something, We're just at that stage of the market. That is further proof that we're just not in that market. If nobody's making money, then who's it bull market for? And who's the exit liquidity? There's got to be a top in the bull market, right? Who's the exit liquidity if there's if no one's making money? I don't understand. What else have we got here? All right, let's have a quick look at this. El Nickerman, good to see you, mate. NJ, hope all is well. I will persist on my question from the previous stream. At what levels, total 3-wise, do you believe will be a desirable place to start getting into altcoins? Right, let's have a quick look and I'm going to shoot. So total. Let us look at total. All right, so let's see what previous NJ's chart was. So this is the range that I had before. So before we were sort of up here. Now with total 3, okay, so for those of you who don't understand, a very brief description of Total 3. This is the overall market of crypto, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Total is the total market cap of Bitcoin, of cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins and everything. Okay, so when you're charting that, the chart will look a bit different. Total 2 is when you're looking at the entire market cap of crypto, excluding Bitcoin. And total 3 is the entire market cap of crypto, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So what El Nickerman is asking me here is he's saying, looking at total 3, ignoring Bitcoin and Ethereum, just purely looking at the rest of crypto, what levels would be good to potentially buy at? And I'll be really honest with you, my friend. Look, I'm sticking to my guns. There's the accumulation. If this was a 5-minute chart, would you guys long this here if this was a 5-minute chart? Or would you say to yourselves, yeah, if this was a 5-minute chart, I'd wait for something like this? That's what I'd look for on a 5-minute chart. Does that not look bullish to you guys? Does that not look like what a healthy chart should look like? Now, how low can that go? Obviously, I'm not saying that it will go to zero, and I'm not saying that we're going to get under 100 billion total market cap. But what I am saying is to prepare yourself for the possibility of, 200 billion, 250 billion. Why not? Somebody needs to explain to me why not. Everybody's quick to tell me, it's never going to happen. Everybody's quick to say, NJ, keep waiting. Oh, NJ, eat shit, NJ. Keep waiting, bro, for the dip that's never coming. But when I present my perspective and my opinion, nobody wants to have a genuine, real debate or conversation about it. And there are too many people inside of crypto, as my brother here, Phil, is saying. Good to see you, brother. It's really good to see you. Hope you're enjoying SC's class. SC handpicked this guy, lots of crypto need to be wiped out first. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. There's so many people here that just don't understand markets. They don't understand crypto, and they're tweeting really silly things like, "Oh yeah, the TA guys, apparently TA works." Apparently, how can you say that TA doesn't work? That's one. Number two, they're saying, yeah, the macroeconomic gurus, la 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 la. They're saying this, they're saying that. They're still waiting while Bitcoin's about to break 32K. All right, good for you. Good for you. But don't come and ask me for help when Bitcoin turns. You know, it's just an opinion. We all have opinions. That's why I like you guys coming on the show, because I like taking your questions and responding to them with the same energy that you give me the question. Anyway, El Nickerman, I hope that answered your question, mate. I'm going to take one or two more questions and then I'm going to shoot. All right. Crypto Rafe, good to see you, my bro. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you. He's right. 16 likes. Come on, people. Come on. We can't do 16 likes. Look, if you're watching this recorded, please smash a like on the video. We try and get over 100 likes on each stream because it helps with the algorithms. We're trying our hardest to grow the NJ show. We're trying to make this a really successful community through myself and especially through you guys. So every time you smash the likes up and the likes go to a high number, I think it helps circulate the video better and more people get to join our lovely community. The more lovely people that join, the better this place is going to be next year when we start partying. All right. What's Liz saying? Hey, love. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to all the mods for tuning in. Economy not doing well. Source Twitter. Joke, joke. NJ is backing every statement he makes. Yep. You know, Liz is one of those people. We fight a lot. I love her too much. We fight so much. And I love her. Sometimes she backs me up. Other times she's running at me with a slipper. So I can't get too excited from her backing me up on this stream today. Right. Is there anything else that I need to touch? Rolly Diaz says never below 25 again with comma. Yeah, mate. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You can't share an opinion these days. You can't. Come with the likes. Says Addy, can you please do some Pepe analysis? Well, look, there's not really much to say on Pepe. I think I covered Pepe in the last stream. Pepe is not particularly an altcoin I would be longing right now. MD Junaid, I wouldn't be looking at Pepe for a long right now. I would be looking at what I'd do is I'd go on CoinGecko like this. I'd look at all the altcoins that are moving. So let's refresh it, right? Let's refresh it. I can see Solana's up 2% over everything else. Okay. Now, when I see Solana, I think to myself, layer one. And then when I think to myself, layer one, I think, oh, layer one, layer two. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, Solana. We've what other coins like Solana are? There's Polkadot, there's Matic, there's AVAX. Why don't I look at those as well? So for example, if Solana's 2.1% up and I'm seeing Polygon is 1% up, I'd chart Polygon. I'd say, let me look at Matic. Let me chart this. Let me chart AVAX as 0.4% up. If the chart is curving up and it wants to follow the same pattern as Solana, might be a good long. Uniswap is up 0.8%. I'd go and investigate that, you know? Ethereum Classic, I wouldn't look at, oh, no. Anyway, just be careful, okay? As I mentioned at the very, very early stages of this stream, it's going to chop you up. Blue Kamal says, how did you learn how to trade? Well, Trader SC and Trader XO. Just join their classes, join their streams, and don't stop joining their streams. Join this stream and stay. Even if you get bored, stay. Learn the terminology, learn how we talk, learn how we communicate with each other, learn how we look at altcoins, and in a year or two, it will make sense. Love you all. Take care. Have a lovely, lovely day. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. We've got Trader SC on tomorrow to really break shit down for you guys. So bring your chart requests. We'll have a good conversation with Trader SC tomorrow, right? Looking forward to it. Thanks to everybody who tuned in on a very, very lovely hot Friday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, for the weekend special. Telegram link in the description below. It's for free. Try and join if you can. Take care, everyone. All right. Cheers.